Okay, my name is Addie and I am just recovering from the flu, so I apologize for my raspy voice. And I would like the time cards. Great. This story requires a little bit of background and a heartfelt thanks to my mother before I put her through the ringer for her undying enthusiasm and dedication to my sisters and my education. So thank you, Mom. Now for the background. I have been homeschooled my entire life. When I was in 9th grade and my sister was in 10th, we took the same online honors chemistry course. We were almost done. It was spring. But homeschooling is not a classroom or a semester. It is, as my mother likes to say, a lifestyle. So, let me diverge. Meet my mom, the person who will scramble to make a real-world connection to every imaginable subject. Mostly so my sister and I will enjoy the learning process and it will seem important to us. Sometimes her tactics worked, sometimes they didn't. Once, when I was 7, we were studying wind patterns and how hot air rises. For 3 weeks, my mother had my sister and I gluing tissue paper together in the backyard. The culmination of this project, we took the corners of our tissue paper square, tied them together, and got the hairdryer out to try to shoot our hot air balloon into space. The glue melted, the paper tore and caught on fire, and my sister and I became so frustrated with this project that we refused to do anything hands-on for a week. And can I mention how many types of food my mother's enthusiastic approach has ruined for me? We made DNA out of licorice, beaver dams out of pudding and noodles, and my favorite, cell models out of Jell-O and gummy candy. We weren't allowed to eat this last one until we had finished the unit, by which time it was rancid and tasted like pond scum. And don't ask how I know what pond scum tastes like. We have stopped for roadkill on more occasions than I can count, and we have been tricked or forced into eating dead bugs to expand our cultural horizons. Yes, I am now vegetarian. We have caught architectural column companies on the false pretenses of building a mansion. We've had author-themed meals, including one for Robert Burns, in which even my mother couldn't stomach the haggis she had prepared. My mother has written songs to make learning fun. She once took my once favorite song about farming in the 1930s and turned it into a cardiovascular horror show. I will refrain from singing it for you. This is homeschooling. Nothing is sacred. Anyway, back to the story. This year I am graduating and going to art school. I've never been a fan of math or science, and particularly chemistry. I remember asking my mother why on earth I would need to know how to balance a chemical equation. A simple public school answer would be, you need that science credit to graduate. But as anyone in this room would know, homeschooling is never the simple answer. So Mom, I ask, why do I, someone who has known they want to study art their entire life, need to know how to balance a chemical equation? And she said, you need chemistry to know how to build fireworks. Yeah. Fireworks? Yep, fireworks. Totally something normal people do on a regular basis. Fast forward a few weeks, and I am informed that we are going to be visiting a fireworks factory. Okay. On the big day, my mom and sister and I loaded into the car. We had all the equipment any homeschooled mom would be proud of. Multiple notebooks, water bottles, a list of questions for our fireworks factory guide, and all the food in the fridge that was about to expire. Now, I'm not sure where to go with this. Do I start with the vague directions? There are hundreds of barns with red barns with a field next to them on the left in Pennsylvania. Do I start with getting lost? We were badly lost. Or do I start with the tire situation? Yes, let's start there. We were finally figuring out which general direction we were to proceed. We were driving on a literal logging road, and I made the oh-so-funny joke, hey, it would be just our luck to get a flat tire. 3 minutes later, we heard hissing. We stepped to check for the source of this ominous noise, and it was the tire, which was rapidly losing air. By this point, my sister and I were going insane. We were 2 hours late, and we had a flat tire. Mom, should we go home and come back another day? My mother, the perpetual sunshine, said, nope, the tire isn't that bad. 2 hours isn't that late. Up we went, through a field and down a ravine, to an old red barn. There was a little paint-peeled sign that read, fireworks. place was deserted. We waited and scanned the horizon. After a few minutes, an old man in a golf cart pulled up with 3 puppies. We started gushing over the puppies, and sure enough, one of them urinated all over this man. It was very awkward, and he swore like a sailor and sped off in his golf cart, leaving us there beside the wood barn that said fireworks. A few minutes passed, and finally this enormous man came around the corner. He looked like Addie Yo-Yo if Addie Yo-Yo wore a muscle shirt. Again, silence. We had just noticed the tattoos on each of his biceps. Biceps the size of small toddlers. There were excruciatingly pornographic tattoos. My mother stepped forward cheerfully and said, "Hi, you must be Al." I was terrified. The 3 of us in the middle of nowhere with this giant man. I was hopeful Puppy P guy would come back. He didn't look like he would kill us. I did not want my homeschooling experience or my life to end there. I was sure this giant man's hobnail booth would ignite the boxes of fireworks that were stacked there, but it didn't. So that's the homeschooling experience, the whole shebang. Thank you.